Hello, I'm Brent Deppe, your CEO here at Key Cooperative, and thanks for tuning in. This is our August edition of Key News in 2. Today I'm super excited to be able to introduce Nick Sawyer. Nick's going to be stepping in to replace me, as previously I was your agronomy division manager, and so Nick just got on board here within the last couple of weeks, and so we're glad to have Nick, super excited to have you on board. And so Nick, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and background and how you got here?
Name's Nick Sawyer. I'm very excited to be here, and thanks for the opportunity, Brent. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit. I grew up in Tama County. I'm fairly local to the area. Key Cooperative's hometown co-op for me, so that's kind of how I got to know the business a little bit. I still live in Tama County, there with my wife Amanda, 2 young boys, Kane and Jasper, 4 and 5 respectively. So we stay pretty busy, and we live on a small farm just north of Toledo.
Awesome. No, thanks, Nick. So a little bit about your background, schooling and where you've been most recently through your career before coming to Key here.
Yeah, went to school at Iowa State University, got a degree in ag studies and a minor in agronomy. From there, I entered the cooperative system. Been working most of my career in the cooperative system. Started off as an intern, worked my way through sales associate to sales agronomist to a sales manager, and eventually a division head for a couple of cooperatives over the years. Most recently, 5-Star Cooperative in Northeast Iowa, and I was just really trying to get closer to home. And when the opportunity with Key came up, it was one I jumped on.
Oh, perfect. No, appreciate that, Nick. What kind of drives you when you think agronomically or from a business standpoint and coming into Key? What motivates you and what do you see here in the short time you've been here and as we look into fall?
I'm really motivated by solving problems on the farm. That's what drew me to the agronomy part of my time at Iowa State, was just the problem solving and learning about crops and how to make them better. And as I worked into the cooperative system, gained a real passion for just trying to help growers' operations do better, to really provide value and just not only drive what's best for the crop, but also what's best for our members' business. And that's where I really like to key in on.
Absolutely. No, and that's what we pride ourselves in at Key Cooperative here, being your essential business partner for our member owners. And so, no, appreciate that, Nick. So what can you give our membership and customers, an outlook as we head into fall, and in particular fall fertilizer and maybe inputs, NP and K, what kind of expectations?
Right now, all eyes are on the Middle East. It's a global market in fertilizer these days, and when there's geopolitical tensions like there is right now, it really messes with supply chains and just starts to put pressure on the crop nutrients business. As we look at what's going to take place this fall, at least as far as what we can see looking forward, phosphates and sulfur, they're going to remain elevated. They're probably the least price competitive of the fertilizers when you look at just where the corn price is right now. Potash remains a buy. It's been very stable. The supply is more North American generally, so it doesn't get affected quite as much. And probably one of the interesting things is the nitrogen markets have returned to a more normal ratio when we look at the different forms of nitrogen, whereas last year the spreads got a little wide between anhydrous and 32%. We've seen the reset in the value on nitrogens compared to spring levels. We're not back where we were last fall, but we're not too far off of that.
Yeah, no, I would agree and appreciate the insight. And a lot of questions around that as growers are starting to think about the 27 crop. And so, as always, with questions, feel free to reach out to your local agronomist or locations, and then in turn, they'll reach out to Nick or find Nick directly too. So Nick and I plan to be available to attend as many of our customer appreciations across the locations here that happen at the end of August and first part of September, and we're excited to get out and about and meet and greet all you folks as our member owners and customers. So thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Nick.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome aboard, and we'll see you around. Thank you.
Thank you.